Here's how to look good in athleisure. This is personally one of my favorite aesthetics because it's very minimal and it's very comfortable and it's also very easy to put together, but when it's pulled off correctly, it still looks super cool. Athleisure is essentially just wearing athletic clothing like hoodies, sweatpants, sneakers, shorts, t-shirts as a casual leisurely outfit. I think the word itself, athleisure, comes from combining athletic and leisure, as in like athletic clothing and leisure. But yeah, it's essentially wearing athletic clothing as an outfit. Now, because of this, it's very easy and possible to look like a bum while wearing this type of clothing, and we don't want this at all. But pulling this aesthetic off well will give you this look of effortlessly looking good without even like trying. Just imagine like Central C in his like, I don't know, Nike tech suit or like sweats or whatever with his like 3DS. He just kind of has like a lot of like aura, for lack of a better term. And so being able to pull this aesthetic off will just make you look like a high aura, high fashion elo, like drip god basically. So in order to look like that in this video, I will go over exactly how to make this athleisure aesthetic look good. As kind of a prerequisite and disclaimer, having a lean aesthetic physique is pretty important in looking good in this aesthetic as it is in most fashion aesthetics. It's important for your body to be a good base for your clothes so that the clothes will fit better and just look better on your body. And the way to build this aesthetic physique is to eat well and lift weights regularly. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about footwear. An absolute must-have to look good for this aesthetic is to wear white shoes and white socks. This combination just looks really clean and it just makes your outfit look so much better for reasons I can't really like comprehend. But to be honest, like I don't really need to comprehend it. I just need to know that it just like makes my outfit look better, and that's pretty much all you need to know as well. So wear white socks and white shoes. For the socks, you want to wear just regular cotton crew socks, and you want to have them at the height of just like right below the bottom of the calf muscle insertion. So it's not like too low like an ankle sock or like one of those like scrunched up like Hello Kitty girl socks, and it's not too high like an old school like Scottie Pippen's basketball player, right? You want it at just the right height. For your white shoes, your go-to will be a casual pair, and this is something like the Gats, which I personally really like. You can also go with Air Force Ones, which are a classic, as well as these Reebok shoes. Basically, any chunkier white sneaker with a silhouette similar to this will suffice. Now, it's worth noting that with this aesthetic, there are kind of like two modes for your footwear, and the first one is when the socks and the shoes are kind of showing, and I'll call this like sports mode. So this occurs when you're wearing like shorts or even just like cuff sweatpants, and you can see the clean, streamlined appearance of the white socks and the white shoes. And the second is when you're wearing longer, baggier pants that kind of like drape over your socks and your shoes, and we'll call this like cozy mode, right? So we have sports mode and cozy mode. Now, these chunkier white sneakers will be your go-to because they work for both sports mode and cozy mode, in that they'll look good when you're wearing shorts and your socks and your shoes are showing, and they'll also look good with like baggy sweatpants draped over the shoes. So these are pretty essential. The next pair of shoes that you'll want to consider after this essential pair of kind of chunkier, more casual white shoes is a sportier, more athletic sneaker. Think of a running shoe or like New Balances. You'll want this in white or like a very light gray as well, but you'll pretty much only wear these in sport mode or when your shoes and your socks are showing. So for example, in the summer, you'll be wearing shorts, so obviously people will be able to see your shoes and your socks. These will give your outfit an even more sportier vibe and kind of like an even more athletic look than your casual athleisure outfit. Now, I would not recommend wearing these in cozy mode just because having like baggy sweatpants draped over this type of sportier sneaker just, in my opinion, does not look very good and just looks kind of silly, so I would avoid this. Any white running sneaker works here really. I'd honestly recommend just getting a pair of sneakers that you'll actually use to run, and then just getting it in the whitest colorway possible. For example, I use these Ultra shoes because I think they're really comfortable to run in, and I just got them in white. Now, they might look slightly less cool than, for example, like a sports style, a Salomon XT6 in white, but because I actually use these Ultras to run, it's definitely more bang for my buck in that I can use them for the outfit and I can use them to run as well. And if you just think about like traveling or going on vacation, you obviously want to minimize the amount of shoes that you pack just because you have limited luggage space and shoes are heavy and they take a lot of space. And so it's just so much more worth it to pack a pair of shoes that you can use for like more than one functionality. Now, an added bonus of this is that if you wear these shoes to actually go on a run or to like work out or something, it'll make your running outfit or your workout outfit just like look better as well. And you know what they say, look good, feel good. Finally, for footwear, I would recommend Birkenstock Bostons. These are an extremely versatile shoe that look really cool in both sports mode with your socks showing and in cozy mode with sweatpants draped over your shoes. So you can wear them in the summer months and also the colder months with pretty much any outfit, and they're also just super convenient to wear because you just slip them on and you walk out the door. Realistically, in the past few months, they're pretty much the only shoe that I wear whenever I go out to do something. To give you an idea, I got my first pair last year in October and it's currently February, so that was 4 months ago or around 120 days ago. And of those 120 days, I probably left the house to go like run an errand or like go do something maybe 100 days out of the 120 days. And out of those 100 days that I've put on an outfit to kind of go do something and leave the house, I've probably worn Birkenstock Bostons for like 90 of those days, right? So like 90% of the time that I've gone out in the past few months, I've just worn these Birkenstock Bostons. So definitely get a pair of these, an everyday shoe that looks good with pretty much like everything and like a lot of aesthetics as well. Honestly, if you could only get 2 out of the 3 shoes that I've talked about so far, I would definitely choose Birkenstock Bostons as one of them. Next, let's talk about the actual pants themselves. For this aesthetic, pants are an extremely important aspect of this aesthetic because the fit of your pants plays a pretty big part in how your outfit looks. So you really want to pay attention to how your pants fit, and you want to wear straight to baggy sweatpants. And to kind of give you an idea of how baggy, on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 are like compression leggings and 10 are these just like silly balloon pants, you want to be around like the 6 to 8 range. You don't want to wear something too tight like joggers because they just look silly in this day and age, and you also don't want to wear something way too baggy like these like silly balloon pants because they just make your legs look shorter and wider, and they just kind of make them look like chodes, which is not an attractive look. So you definitely want to make sure that you have a pair of well-fitting sweatpants that not only make your legs like kind of like look longer and more elegant, but you also want them to be like the perfect amount of bagginess and that they'll be able to kind of balance out the proportions of your outfit. And what this kind of means in plain English is that if you wear kind of like a tighter, smaller top with these pants, you'll still look good. And if you wear like a baggier, larger top with these pants, you'll also look good. You also want to make sure that these pants are pretty good quality and are of like a decent thickness. You don't want any like shitty quality paper thin sheen pants because they'll just look really bad in person and they just won't like flow very well around your legs. In fact, if they're too thin, they'll like flow too much around your legs and it'll kind of look like you're wearing like curtains for pants. Now for this whole section, I've been talking about open bottom sweatpants, and this is the type that will kind of drape over your shoe and kind of put you in cozy mode. Cuff sweatpants can also look good when pulled off correctly, and this is how you can kind of like rock sports mode while also like wearing pants if it's too cold to wear shorts. These allow you to show off your white shoes and your white socks and just have this like sleek aesthetic look, and it combines them with the whole sweatpants aesthetic, which is nice. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Next, you want to layer and accessorize. This is a pretty important step that prevents you from looking like a bum wearing this aesthetic and makes your outfits look really cool instead. Because sweats themselves are actually quite ordinary if you think about it, they're just like blank hoodies and crew necks and sweatpants. Layering and accessorizing creates complexity and just gives more components to this outfit and just makes it look better. Now, the first thing is that in almost all outfits involving sweats, you'll want to have a white t-shirt underneath, and you want this white t-shirt to be slightly poking out from underneath the sweatshirt or crew neck that you're wearing. This kind of helps break up the top and the bottom of your outfit, and it's just a small detail that makes your outfit look exponentially better. The right way to do this is to wear a regular fitting t-shirt. I personally wear these like Uniqlo Supima cotton t-shirts in medium, and I'm around 6'1", 190, and then I also wear kind of like regular to slightly oversized hoodies. The reason for this is because I don't want either of these components of the top of the outfit to be too long, or it'll kind of mess up the proportions of the outfit and make my legs look shorter than they need to be. You want the pieces on your torso to be just the right length where you can kind of maintain the rule of thirds, because this kind of makes your legs look longer and it makes you look taller and just makes your outfit look more elegant, and it just makes it look better in general. Now the next point is to layer with an outer layer, and this can either be a jacket or a puffer vest depending on what the weather is like. The jacket and hoodie combination is one that has like withstood the test of time and just looks really good, and so this is definitely a great option if it's cold enough. If it's slightly warmer, you can also buy a puffer vest, and this is kind of also one of the like biggest hacks to make sweats look better, and it's almost kind of like an accessory to the sweats. Sweats and a puffer vest is pretty much all that I've been wearing for the past few months, like example A, so I would definitely recommend one of these as well. I get mine from Uniqlo. You also want to accessorize like usual with bags, jewelry, hats, beanies, and just other headwear in general. Headwear especially will make your outfit look a lot better. It's kind of how usually your top and your bottom are kind of the two main components of your outfit, but if you put a beanie on, then it kind of becomes like a third main component of your outfit, and it just without a doubt makes your outfit look better. A lot of my fits in the past have just looked like very mid, but then when I add a beanie on, it just makes the outfit look so much better for one reason or another. So definitely make sure to take advantage of accessories as well as layering to make your athleisure outfit look better, because again, the base of athleisure is just wearing sweats, and sweats in themselves are quite like blank and boring pieces, so adding more elements to these really just makes the outfit look better as a whole. So as for brand recommendations, because sweats are kind of like the base of this whole aesthetic, you want to make sure that you get sweats that like fit really well. I personally really like Reigning Champ just because their fit is like pretty much perfect for me, and their quality is also really good. The only downside is that they're slightly more expensive at around $120 per piece, but because the fit is so perfect and I like have pretty much only exclusively worn these sweats for the past few months, the like cost per usage is down so low that it's definitely very worth it in my opinion to invest in these. So again, I would highly recommend this brand, and I'm not like sponsored or affiliated with them. They just have like such a good product that fits so well that I can wholeheartedly recommend it to you just from how good the product is. Next, there's a bunch of these like luxury blank brands on Instagram like Ours and Watsy Studios. Now, I've tried Ours before, and their sweatpants are pretty decent. They're more on the baggier side, and they make my legs like look a little wider and a little shorter than the Reigning Champ sweats that I have, but they're not bad at all, and they are a decent cheaper option. Their hoodies on the other hand, I wouldn't really recommend. They just look kind of weird on me, and they have like this weird muffin top that just kind of makes you look like skinny, fat, obese, and it also just makes your outfit as a whole look bulkier and like fatter than it really needs to look. I haven't tried Watsy Studios personally, but I've heard good things about their pants, and I've also heard that their like tops and their hoodies also just fit kind of weird as well. So with that being said, I would definitely recommend just looking into Reigning Champ, and if you can invest in those pieces, then definitely just buy Reigning Champ. And then my t-shirts and vests are from Uniqlo. Now that's pretty much it. That's how you look good in athleisure. I guess a lot of these outfits are more kind of winter and cold weather focused. In the summer, it's more just like shorts and a t-shirt, or like a graphic t-shirt of some sort, and some accessories. But I'll probably make another video covering that when the time comes. So thanks for watching. I hope you thought this was helpful. Like and subscribe, and bye-bye.